Hello, you amorous little freaks, you nasty little love monkeys. It's that time of the year for obligated romantic gestures, and I held off without having to do Valentine's Day for so long. I didn't like it. I don't really like it still. I thought it was dumb. I still kind of think that. Then last year I got Angela a stuffed bear that wore a little t-shirt that had an image from David Lynch's Elephant Man on it. The one where John Merrick went to the opera and he was all done up, all slick, with the little glasses to watch the opera. I went from dissing Valentine's Day to winning it, and I don't think I'm going to be able to top that. Unless Laura Dern does cameos, then maybe. This episode is for our Documenteers Presents series, in which we take a clump of our old Shorties episodes from our original movie podcast, Documenteers, and throw it together for a nice and thick anthology episode of fun. And this one I think is a lot of fun. It's about romance and art, romance and prostitution, and attempted romance that fails so miserably it might put you off to romance forever. Since losing our RSS feed, we've been posting up our classic full Documenteers episodes every Tuesday and dropping one of these shorty anthologies once a month. Maybe more than once a month soon, as some of our anthology themes will have multiple parts. The Projectors channel discusses an even broader range of films. We've started our Ain't That America series, where we discuss movies representing a U.S. state, our Trilogist series, where we discuss trilogies, and there will be upcoming discussions on Charles Burnett, Oscar-nominated films, and some noir just around the corner, on top of the more state movies and trilogies. So subscribe and like and do all types of nice things to us so that we can go from underrated to rated. But we will never be overrated. That will never happen to me. No way. You can find links to the videos we discuss in the show notes, as well as timestamps. Men by Sex is very recommended, an interesting little conceptual short documentary about the sex work experience, or at least the experience of buying it. We doubly recommend clicking the link for Gallery 33 Art Auction 1992, where cartoon rats can be artfully romantic without shame. In fact, just follow Alice the Rat on YouTube and you'll understand a little bit of the madness that is my YouTube algorithm. We don't have a link to our Pickup Artist Can't Take a Hint discussion because the video has long since been taken down, which is too bad because it's a watch along and I would have posted that up with the YouTube play, but some company put a copyright strike on it, and I can't help but wonder if some dirtbag pickup artist connections got that one done. Who knows? But for Valentine's Day, we're offering you sex, love, more sex, and a stark example of how not to try and get laid. Let's just go ahead, eat all the chocolate in the heart-shaped box in one sitting. And, and our co-hosts on this one will be Angela and Greg. Angela and Greg. So let's get into it. The Documenteers presents Heartsick.
Hey, shout out, let me holla at you.
Hey, it's Shorty's time on the Documenteers.
Hi.
Boy, do we have a fun one. I think the title of this might get some extra listens just from the title alone.
Maybe. I will say that I guess it's silly of me to possibly have thought that all of these were going to be fun. Like, I think I just thought, Shorties, they're all going to be fun. It'll be fun.
It is fun.
I mean, it is fun. Don't tune out, you guys. We're going to have a good conversation.
But yes, the movie we are discussing is a short documentary by Alice Russell, released in 2015. IMDb, it's not always up to date or that accurate, but it's the only credit I can find of Alice Russell's. But it's a short film called Men by Sex. Now, the audio of it is very much a documentary, like it's a documentation of these stories of these men. 3 different stories of men who've gone in and paid for sex.
Yes.
From sex workers. But what is the twist about this, Angela?
The twist about it is that we don't see these men. There are women basically lip syncing these men's stories. So you're listening to a man's voice, but a woman is saying these words.
Yeah.
And sometimes just like sitting there, not saying the words, but while the words are happening, there's a lot of feelings.
They seem like everyday women. The first one seems like a young professional woman.
Mm-hmm.
The second one seems like an old, like in her 30s woman, at like an office job. Or I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Maybe a little older. The third woman is an artist.
Yeah, who looks very young, but I think is probably like 18, 19, if I had to guess.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's very interesting because you're hearing men's voices, but the mouths are like of just women looking at the camera.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You see these 3 different women from sort of different walks of life, and you're also hearing these 3 different men speak who potentially are from 3 different walks of life as well. They had 3 very different experiences. The first man's story is very much one of sort of disappointment and resignation.
Yeah. It seemed like and I'm projecting, of course.
Sure.
I mean, you can't not, because you got to wonder what these men look like. And the first one I figured was like a younger guy who maybe wasn't that bad looking.
I thought that first too, but he mentions that the woman was 15 to 20 years older than him.
Yeah, and he was disappointed.
I see her face, and she's quite clearly 15 to 20 years my senior, and not really as attractive as she's described herself on the phone to me. So instantly my heart kind of drops a little. I decided to go with the £40 for 20 minutes.
And I noticed when he talked about walking in and noticing she was a lot older than she said she was, that the woman who's mouthing his story is taking a drink. She's not saying the parts where he's disappointed.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting.
I did too. It is very interesting because you can't help but think, like, what does this woman think about what she is saying right now? And yeah, his is very much, he's disappointed because she's not young. He wanted to have sex with a young, hot woman.
He talks about how she has faded tattoos that she got in her 20s.
Yeah, and how he had to look away and pretend that he was with a different woman because he wasn't excited. He didn't know even if he was going to be able to come because he was so unattracted to her.
Yeah, but he does come.
Yeah.
But then at the end, he says something like, she says, come back. He says, I will. And then but he doesn't think he will. But then he says, but I probably will.
Yeah, he was like, but as I got on my bike, I realized, like, I will do this again.
Yeah. Now, the second story was
really interesting, I thought.
Now, this guy, I figured, again, I'm projecting. I think second guy was maybe a guy a little more my age.
Yeah.
He has an anal fantasy.
I fantasize about anal sex quite a lot. I imagine what it must be like.
Like you do.
Sure. And he's never had anal sex before. He's tried to find other sex workers who would do that with him, but a lot of them say, no, that's not something I want to do. But yeah, he found a woman who was willing to do anal. And he was where the first guy was sort of like resentful and then resigned to his situation, this guy was very like grateful and almost in awe of this woman who would allow him to do this thing because he felt like it was such an incredibly intimate moment.
We get undressed and she applies some lubricant. And then she crouches on the bed with her bum up in the air. She's on her knees and leaning forwards. And I push my dick into her ass. And it feels so good. And the fact that I'm inside her shithole makes me feel really so intimate with her that she's allowed me into such a private part of her body.
He couldn't believe that it was happening and that it was okay that it was happening.
He seemed to make the connection that the first guy wanted to make.
Exactly.
Now remember, we don't see these men. They're told, their stories are mouthed out by other women.
I would say the big difference then in talking about this is that the first guy had an image of what he wanted to happen. He wanted this hot, sexy woman who was younger, and he was going to have this like fantasy sex. The second guy was like, this is an experience I would like to have, and if I can just find someone who will like help me through that or allow me to experience that, then he was super grateful. Now, I guess if he'd had a different kind of person, he describes the woman with very high regard. I mean, she was younger. He said she was petite. She had a very sweet nature about her.
Yeah.
And she was just very like okay with the whole thing. It almost felt like he just needed someone to kind of normalize it for him, and she did. She was like, this is fine. And so he felt it was almost like something that he had always wanted to try, but maybe was ashamed to like say out loud to like anybody else. She like helped him experience this thing.
Now,
that was maybe life-changing. It seemed really sort of when he was talking about it that it was maybe life-changing for him.
Very inspiring.
I mean, it was interesting watching the woman too, because I would actually say she was probably a little older. She's probably in her 50s. Seemed like an intelligent woman. Again, I'm placing things upon this person. But there was a part too where she kind of just like looked off in the distance. And honestly, again, I'm projecting. I thought she was upset by the situation. And I don't know, maybe the whole just idea of it. She also could have been moved by the fact that he was appreciative of it. I don't know, because we don't know what she thought.
The second woman took some drinks too, but it didn't seem to...
It was like a stare off in the distance.
It didn't seem to co-align in the way...
Mm-mm.
I mean, that could just be the film manipulating with our perceptions, but it just seemed so much more noticeable with the first woman that you didn't see her mouth move when the man was judging the woman. I just thought that was super interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And he at the end, he actually was like, and then, we were done and we hugged.
And so I felt really connected with her. And we hug and put my clothes on and pay her. And I never see her again.
Now, the third one, I think it's pretty obvious this is like an older man.
Yeah.
Pushing middle age.
Yeah.
Working class British dude down at the pub, talks about how he's having some drinks and he wants to go see Mandy.
So I'm having a few drinks in the pub and I've decided I'm going to go and see Mandy because I know she's always good. Basically, she didn't charge extra for doing it from behind. She didn't complain that I took too long. And she was just friendly and I don't want to risk going to another prostitute.
He straight up gives Mandy's address pretty much.
So I walk up Greek Street and it's on the corner of Bateman Street.
She's like, I'm going down this street, it's at the corner of that street, and I walk up the stairs. Like, he's straight up, you could probably find Mandy if you really wanted to.
We'll go find Mandy.
But he was like very just like frank and straightforward and like, this is the girl I go see because this is who I go see.
She's nice.
Yeah, like he said something about he didn't want to take a chance on going to a new girl. He knew what he was getting into. He was familiar with her. It was comfortable.
Doesn't mind that the dude probably looks like a baseball mitt.
Yeah, and he was like, she doesn't get upset when you want to do it from behind, which I guess maybe some girls he's experienced haven't liked that. It seems like kind of a no-frills situation. He talks about how she's wearing a tracksuit when he gets there and she doesn't even take her top off. Like she just takes her bottoms off and like bends over and they do their thing.
Classic experienced woman of the evening.
But you know what it reminded me of? And this may sound weird, but it reminded me of like...
Your mom?
No, my God, no.
Like how you want to patch up, you don't feel like you and your relationship with your mother is at a good place and you want to like resolve some issues.
If I could kick you under this table, I would be kicking you right now.
I'm sorry, go on.
It reminded me of that classic old Western cowboy relationship with the madam of the brothel kind of thing, like where it's like, when he's in town, he comes in and they have a drink and they get to their business and then they chat and they're friends.
Yeah.
And it's not a thing. And he even said he's like, I know now, and I'm assuming that means he hasn't always known.
I know now that for the women, they basically sort of turn themselves off. It's rarely enjoyable for them sexually. Just their attitude is, come on, hurry up, get it over and done with. I've had your money. That's their attitude.
He sort of was just like very matter of fact and respectful.
That's how it signifies that they're such in different points of their life,
yes.
These men.
Yes. Like the first guy was very self-centered and sort of like selfish about the whole thing. Didn't really get much out of it, but also was like, well, I'll still do this again, whatever.
The second
guy
maybe
it was easy.
The second guy's kind of in awe of the situation.
I feel like the second guy, that was like a life-changing experience for him.
And the third guy is very pragmatic about the whole thing.
Yeah, he's like, this is how it is. The third one was shorter. The lady was painting.
Yeah, she's painting while she was saying it.
And she actually said most of the words. I think there was one moment where she just kind of stopped and painted for a minute, but she said the words. It was odd. It kind of took me out of it a little bit each time one of them started talking when you heard the voice come out of them. That was very weird, but they did a really good job. Like, it was some really good, like, lip syncing work. I would be interested, like you were saying earlier, about the whole, like, women's voices now, or I can't remember what I called it, what it was called, but if it was part of, like, a larger festival. And I don't think it's any surprise, especially if you've listened to our other episodes, that we're 100% in favor of sex work. Like, if you are a sex worker and you want to be a sex worker, that is 1000% fine. That is your body. You're doing what you want to do. The only thing I wish is that it was safer and more regulated and that these women could have more protection than they have.
Yeah.
But I have zero problem with the fact that that's what these women were doing. I have zero problem with the fact that that's what these men were doing. It is so interesting, though, to kind of look behind, like, get those stories, because that's what you a lot of times don't hear is the man talking about it. Sometimes you can have women who'll talk about their experiences, like when we did Lot Lizard.
Yeah.
You know, that was more from, we got a couple trucker guys talking about it.
Cinnamon.
Oh, Cinnamon.
World doesn't deserve you, Cinnamon.
No. I don't think the world deserves Sunshine either. I hope she's okay. I really do think about her sometimes.
Yeah.
And just hope she's okay.
I feel bad for Sunshine, but no one fuck her. She's got syphilis.
Don't do it. Just like buy her cheeseburger.
Yeah, buy her some food. This question I'm going to ask, it sounds like I'm kind of angling to something, but I'm not.
Okay.
Anal, your thoughts?
My thoughts are... I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
I think it's totally fine. As long as both parties are completely consenting, there's ways you can do it to properly prepare your body. Listen, we watch a lot of, like, real sex. Or I watched a lot of real sex when I was younger, but we've watched a lot of, like, strange fetishy things. Like, I'm super interested in, like, the stuff that people are interested in.
Yeah, that stuff's fun.
So anal to me is not really that bizarre. Not that I've done a lot of bizarre things, because I haven't, but, like, there are a lot of more extreme fetishes. And then there's, like, a whole, I mean, I have a lot of gay friends. Like, anal is just, like, what they do.
Sure.
That's what happens. Like, I don't feel like there's anything personally,
Aww. Well, let me ask you another question. Again, it's going to sound like I'm angling towards something. I'm not.
Okay.
How do you feel about blasting diarrhea on your tits?
Never.
Okay, I feel like you're judging me. Now, Angela, we don't rate in a star rating scale. For short documentaries, we rate in baby Herzogs.
That seems a little weird on this one.
Inserting baby Herzogs into this one?
Yeah.
Well, let's just make a distinction.
18-year-old Herzogs.
Yeah, barely legal Herzogs, okay? You're going to give it 3 barely legal Herzogs. I'm going to give it 3 barely legal Herzogs.
Okay.
We're going to combine them for best out of 6 barely legal Herzogs.
Mm-hmm.
How many barely legal Herzogs would you give Men by Sex by Alice Russell?
Man, I thought it was really interesting. I was basically going to give it 1 baby Herzog for each story.
You mean barely legal Herzog?
1 barely legal Herzog for each story.
Okay, I will give it 3.
Okay.
So that makes it 6 out of 6 barely legal Herzogs.
Yeah.
I think her estate's probably going to sue us, but when that time comes, we'll deal with it.
Oh man, you should watch this one, you guys.
Yeah, it's on Vimeo. You can probably click on that link for that thing you were talking about. It might open up to other short films regarding that.
Yeah, maybe it would. We should check into it.
It's on Vimeo.
I'm talking away from the mic.
That thing that you were talking about is Women's Voices Now. It seems to be like a Vimeo account.
That's cool.
So yeah, there seems to be a lot of stuff. There's one called Supremos, We Will Overcome, Destiny's Bay, Dear Mother. Seems like there's a lot of interesting stuff by women filmmakers going on. So
that'd be cool.
So yeah, check that out and check out Men by Sex, Alice Russell, and other Women's Voices Now films. Let us know what you think of them. we're just discussing Ben by Sex on this one. So I don't even know if the other ones are like documentaries. This one is kind of barely one, I feel like.
It is well, it's more, it's almost more like, it's like storytelling. So it is a documentary.
Yeah, true.
But we're not seeing the actual men. That's also something that's interesting to me because they didn't say their names or exactly where they're from. They all had like British accents, but
they're from England.
But
England.
Where those Protestants were from.
The Protestants are. I like to go up over
where them pilgrims came from.
I like to go to England, go see a Protestant and get a rub. I like to go to them Protestant houses and fuck when I'm in England.
You're the worst.
All right, hon. Men by Sex, 6 out of 6, barely legal Heartsocks.
Amen.
Keep on docking.
And she's asked me to come back again, and as I'm walking out the door, yeah, of course, maybe next month. But really, in my head, I'm thinking, no, absolutely not, never, ever again am I ringing this number. But I also know, as I'm climbing onto my bike and starting up the ignition, that I'll do this again. I know I'll do it again.
Hey, shawty, let me holler at you.
Gallery 33 has been underwritten by Hamilton Bank.
WITF-TV proudly presents the work of Central Pennsylvania's artists and craftspeople offered for your consideration on Gallery 33. Now, live from our studio and ready for your bidding in support of public broadcasting, the Gallery 33 collection.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the WITF studio on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Thank you all very much for being here, and welcome to the 1992 edition of Gallery 33, this annual event when we celebrate the richness of the artistic talent of the South Central Pennsylvania area.
All right, Angela, welcome. It's time for Shorties.
Hey, Bobby.
And let me ask you a question. Do you like art?
It's okay.
You like good art?
Sometimes.
Could have come up with any art, and you're like, in general, it's okay.
Yeah.
What about the art of documentary films?
That's great.
What about the art of short things that I call short documentaries, but probably aren't really?
Questionable.
Well, can I take you to, I think this is in Hamilton, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Central Pennsylvania. Gallery 33 doing a art auction.
In 1992.
1992 of some folks within the Central Pennsylvania area.
Uh-huh.
We're talking towns like Hamilton, York, probably Harrisburg, maybe.
Sure.
Mechanicsburg, right?
Okay.
You remember Mechanicsburg?
I'm trying to know why I know that.
One of the people on 90 Day Fiancé is from Mechanicsburg.
That's right.
The blonde girl and the Jamaican boy.
Oh, no.
Which doesn't look like it's going to work out.
That's a bad couple.
Some guy, and this is a super cut. It's cut specifically into by Brian. Is it Ryan or Brian?
Brian.
Brian Swords of York. His special works. Mm-hmm. And let's get into the first one. What is the first one?
It's called Surfacing.
The next item, number 71. It is a watercolor titled Surfacing by Brian Swords of York.
Mouse holds up other mouse, coming out of water, covered in water.
His cartoon characters are delightful, and I think he lets us each imagine whatever we'd like to with these things. These two rats are jumping up out of the water.
And they are having a good time, and that item number is 71. It is a watercolor titled Surfacing by Brian Swords of York.
Is one of the mice going down on the other mice?
Not in this one, because both their mouths mouse mouths are open and they're just like, ah!
Hey.
But one of them's like sitting straddling the shoulder of the other one, and they're just so much drips coming off of them and around them. It's very erotic.
Yes, erotic. But yeah, like you're describing mice.
I think they're mice because they're like, to me, they're like white mice that have been given some of the attributes of muscular men.
Well, they're anthropomorphic.
That's the word.
They have human bodies. At first, you're just describing like little mice, just
I'm sorry.
Erotically loving each other.
Anthropomorphic mice.
I wrote rats in my notes.
I think they call them rats in the video too, but I don't know. Rats look different to me. Rats are like that rat from Charlotte's Web. That's a rat.
Goose was right. This fair is a rat's paradise.
When Brian Sword's work first pops up, I feel like everyone knows who this guy is.
Yeah, and I also feel like no one is saying exactly what they're looking at.
And you hear a chuckle when they're describing his work when it starts to show up.
The dimensions 19 inches wide and 24 inches high.
Brian Sword's work sells absolutely marvelously here on Gallery 33.
I like to say it can be interpreted in many different ways.
Brian has set his works to around 75 each.
They're all 75.
You know what? That's not a bad price, I gotta
Nope.
say. I mean, he's actually pretty good at cartooning. They actually look very solid. And for a $75 price tag, I've seen shittier shit. With like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on it.
Yeah, I think he's talented.
He is. And he wants all of Central Pennsylvania to know what he's into. What's the second one? We got Sheets and Pillows.
Them 70 watercolor Sheets and Pillows. You all know him, Brian Swords of York.
Okay, this one is the one you're thinking of because they're on a bed that's very disheveled. There's two, again, man mice. I'm going to keep calling them mice. One of them is standing. The other one is sitting on the bed, sucking the standing one's D. And he also is erect.
This piece is 19 inches wide and 24 high. Barbara.
And once again, Brian has sent us another piece that we know is going to sell like hotcakes. His work is just admired and collected by lots and lots of people. It's the kind of a thing where you read it for what it says to you. Very delightful. Very delightful.
And everyone enjoys it. It's item number 70, watercolor Sheets and Pillowcases by Brian Swords of York.
It looks
but it's like a nubbin. It's not anatomically correct, but you know it's a penis that's hard.
It's like a cartoon nude. It looks like it's about to start sucking that dick.
No, his mouth is open next to the other one's pelvis, and you can't see that guy's D, so I think it's in his mouth.
Okay.
I think it's in his mouth. But again, it's open to interpretation.
I should point out that these paintings are being put up with your grandma's still lifes and like log cabin paintings, wintry log cabin paintings, and then you go into Brian Swords' fucking Ratman.
These are also, I think they're very well done. These are also very black and white, but then they'll have like these weird pops of color. Like in this one, there's candles in the background, and there's also something that may be like incense because it looks like a smoke going up. But yeah, he'll have like the mice are white, the background's always black, and then sometimes like tones of gray, and then he'll have these weird like pops of color that become more as we go along.
Now, our next one, The Smell of Wet Fur.
Item 734 next, a watercolor titled The Smell of Wet Fur by Brian Swords of York.
Describe that one.
Okay, so this one, they're in the bathroom, in the bathtub, and you know, there's like different jars and stuff on the floor, but one of them is sitting up at the edge of the tub, and he's also like gripping the soap holder in one hand, and they're looking at each other, and they look seductive. The other one's like up in front of him, like they're only on one side of the tub.
Yeah.
So it's easy to imagine, though you see no legs, so I don't know where their legs are, that they're fucking.
It's 24 inches wide and 18 inches high.
Now this is another in the continuing series by Brian Swords of his very amusing drawings and paintings of rats in unusual circumstances. In this case, the smell of wet fur, two in a hot tub, obviously enjoying the evening. And what more can possibly be said?
The smell of wet fur.
Yeah.
But just like face-to-face fucking.
And I'm sure you've picked up on it listener that they're all also male.
They're all male.
Yeah.
They're all male.
Homo. This is like furry shit, right? I mean,
I guess so.
Does Brian Swords have an outfit? I know furries get upset when you immediately go to the sexualization of furries.
Yeah, I've heard that too because it's more of a lifestyle. But the sexualization part is what I guess we hear about or where we've been exposed to it, like on places like Real Sex or different documentaries. That seems to be the only time people talk about furries is in like documentaries about sinners from normal sex.
I think furries are
off center.
I guess it's like if I'm a human, you don't always think of me in a sexual way. Or if I'm like just going to the bank, I think furries want that same kind of broad perspective.
Yeah, they just want to be able to dress up like a mouse and go to the bank.
But I would encourage that if the thought of me comes into any mind, that you sexualize it. And I think it's okay if you want to sexualize me and just remove any personality and just whittle me down to a sexual, sensual being. I think it's fine.
Cool.
Oh, by the way, Smell of Wet Fur was bought for $77 by an anonymous. Someone didn't want to give their name who bought that one.
Item number 735 is watercolor Stay Up Late by Brian Swords of York. It's 24 by 18 inches.
Oh, man. Okay, so this one is another bedroom. So they're in the bed, again, like disheveled bed. And in this one, they're like hugging. I don't remember if you see any actual Mouse D in this one, but they're like, they're embracing. It's very passionate. And then on the back of the bed, I feel like their legs are kind of covered up with the blankets. But then on the back of the bed, there's this huge, like Costco-sized jar of KY jelly that's dripping. Which means they've just used it.
Brian's work began, the Biohazard series began as a statement about brutality to experimental animals and has developed into a whole scene of these rather unusual rats involved in all types of normal human activities. This normal human activity needs very little description.
Yeah.
And then there is one of them, you can see one of their thighs, so maybe there is a D. You can see one of their thighs has this like huge red sash on it that appears to be tying his tail to his leg.
Huh.
I don't know what that's about. Maybe a little bit of bondage hint in there.
Each of these paintings look like the next scene will be full-blown penetration.
I feel like these are in a story. Like if you bought all of these, I think there is a buyer that buys a couple of these. Like you'd almost have these as like a not triptych, because there's like 6 of them. It's like a comic. It's like a sex comic with mouse.
There's someone in central Pennsylvania who has like a sunroom where all of these are hanging, or just a hallway, years worth of Brian Swords Ratman fucking images. Mm-hmm. And my favorite, of course, item number 69. That's just a coincidence.
And I hold in my hand the last piece of art. Item number 69, a watercolor titled Exchanging Fluids by Brian Swords of York. The dimensions are 24 inches wide by 19 inches high.
This one is like the sweetest one, I guess you could say, if you're going to qualify them as sweet. Like this one's just a kiss, but it's not really a kiss. It's like after the kiss, like they've been getting sloppy. They've been doing like a sloppy, slobbery kiss. And they pull back and you get that like strings from one mouth to the other. So let me take it back. Not sweet at all. It's actually disgusting to me because that grosses me out. But it's like that pull back. There's obviously...
like you smooch and then there's the string of saliva between the lips.
Yeah.
And this is really, we were saying, kind of a companion piece to the Brian Swords piece that we had up on the table previously. Actually, this one should have come up first, and that should have been the later piece.
Well, been on both, right?
And anyhow, it also is self-explanatory, certainly.
But that's all it is. It's like a close-up of their faces with that spit.
I think Brian Swords is probably the one that clipped this all together. I think there's...
You don't think just a fan did it?
I think there's a YouTube site. I don't have it pulled up. Like I think it's called like something the Rat. Like this is like a character, this rat, that someone has made some semblance of a career out of.
Oh, okay.
So
Brian Swords.
So this guy probably has hundreds of these paintings. And there's actually another one from 88. Anyway, this wasn't quite long enough to come to, but...
No.
Art. It's got to be the most interesting art going on in fucking York, Pennsylvania, right?
In 92.
In 92, yeah.
Sure.
So, would you buy Brian Sword's work?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if there wasn't like a pandemic quarantine thing going on,
yeah,
and we weren't saving money, we would probably. Which one would you buy out of all of these? Which one was your favorite? Mine is Exchanging Fluids. I like how simple it is, and it almost implies more than the others somehow.
Because you think it's like way more passionate?
Yeah.
I think either Exchanging Fluids or Surfacing. I think it'd be funny to get Surfacing and like hang it in the bathroom.
Oh, that'd be a good one, yeah. Anthropomorphic rat gay paintings. Hit him up, Brian Swords. I'll look for shit and I'll link it in the show notes.
Cool.
Angela, thanks for going along with me on this artistic journey.
You're welcome.
We're trying to keep ourselves all bucked up. We're having issues with regular Documenteers episodes in which I don't want to watch anything depressing right now.
Yeah, and also I feel like we need to say sorry. Last month's documentaries were so depressing.
Hey, you can blame the listeners.
To catch up. Oh yeah, listeners, you picked a lot of depressing shit. I actually haven't listened to all the episodes from last month because I don't want to listen to anything depressing right now.
You'll get to them eventually.
I will.
May is supposed to be True Crime Month. I don't think May is going to be True Crime Month.
No.
We may have to do some goofy curveballs until all this shit is over with. So I hope everyone just kind of goes with the flow of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And because we kind of need to stay sane, just like you guys do. So, but for those listener requests that were very depressing last month, we appreciate those. So.
We do.
But there were some fun ones too. And Forest Man was very uplifting. But anyway, Angela, this is a short documentary, by the way.
Okay.
And we don't rate them in stars or full-grown Heartsocks. We do them in baby Heartsocks. You can have it 1 through 3 baby Heartsocks. I'm going to give it 1 through 3 baby Heartsocks. Combine them for best out of 6. Do you mind if I go first?
Go for it.
I'll give it a 5.
Yeah.
No.
No, you can't.
I'm going to give it a 2 out of 3. Because it was very funny and interesting. And I also feel like I want to watch the full-length Gallery 33 one day. Like, if it was just on around here, I feel like I would watch it. But it was funny, but it wasn't, like, perfectly linked together. It was herky because of how it was cut together.
Sure.
But I got the point, and it was funny. So, I'm going to give it 2 out of 3.
Sure, I'll do that too.
So that brings it to 4 out of 6 baby Heartsocks for Gallery 33 Art Auction 1992.
Yeah. How old were you in 1992?
I was 11.
I was 12.
Yeah. Cool. We can do math. All right, folks. Until next week, keep on docking.
Thank you very much, Avril, and thank you very much, Kathy. There you have it. Pick up the phone and place your bids. We'll close this area off very soon because that's it here from Hamilton Bank, Area B.
Item number 71, a watercolor titled Surfacing by Brian Swords. The high bid is $75 from Michael Heartsick of York.
The dimensions 19 inches wide and 24 inches high.
Brian Swords' work sells absolutely marvelously here on Gallery 33. His cartoon characters are delightful, and I think he lets us each imagine whatever we'd like to with these things. These 2 rats are jumping up out of the water.
And they are having a good time, and that item number is 71. It is a watercolor titled Surfacing by Brian Swords of York. Dimensions 19 inches wide and 24 inches high.
But the answers you seek will never be found.
His cartoon characters are delightful.
The smell of wet fur.
Hey, Shawty, let me holler at you.
Hello, people who listen to this podcast. I am a sex robot. I am giving a disclaimer because there is a bit of static feedback on these Greg episodes. This happens when Bob shakes his leg like a manic meth head. He can literally vibrate a small house. Usually he is more conscious about this, but in our episode called Monster Energy Satan, which dropped 2 weeks ago, Bob and Greg reviewed 5 Monster Energy beverages. Bob is literally drinking the rest of the cans throughout the Shorty recordings for the rest of the month, and he has no control over his stupid leg. Editing these is a bitch. I hate Bob. Greg kind of sucks butt too. On with the show.
All right. Yet another week. Woo. And I'm still hyped up from the Monster Energy drinks we drank on
2 weeks later, and that Satan's load is still coating my throat, man.
I legitimately feel pepped up, like, seriously.
No shit.
I just finished off the rehab.
Well, that's your problem. Yeah, that was a bad choice.
Do you want... You really like the pipeline. Do you want any more?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Do I look like a MILF to you?
MILFs dig it, and you will too.
Greg, let's talk about a type of people that probably would slam some Monster Energy drinks. So we can relate to them on that level.
All right.
And have you ever heard of the world of pickup artistry?
Yes.
Now, I forget the name of the dude that started all this shit, that tried to convince sad men with like weak, forced personalities to go out there and just insert themselves into the world of women who are just minding their own business,
right,
or just want to eat their pasta in a nice outdoor patio in a dining room, and then have some dude just come up and like say things as though he's being incredibly clever, but he hasn't said anything funny.
Right.
Or I tried to find this one. I watched this one, and I think it got taken down from YouTube. That was this guy who went up to these 2 like Asian women, like college students, and every time he would say something and it didn't hit, he'd be like, "I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." Don't you just love that? Whenever somebody says something to you, it doesn't matter if it sounds like a joke or not.
Yeah.
And it's like annoying or frustrating, and then you react like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "I'm just kidding, man." It seems to be like this thing that people throw out as though it's supposed to negate.
Yeah, like it makes it okay. Yeah.
Like they're like, your attempt at being the funny is not equivalent to actually being funny. There's a big difference between attempting and doing. I feel like I'm a pretty funny guy, but let me be honest, I'm not funny most of the time. In fact, I'm pretty annoying. Probably.
I'm glad your self-realization has really set in. I didn't want to be rude on your own podcast and come in and say insulting things. I mean, I was close. This Monster juice has really got me like on the edge of just letting it all fly. But
But it just seems like people think that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, I accepted everything you said. It just seems like it's kind of like when people say, "Look, I'm not racist," and then proceed to But like,
whenever somebody says I'm not racist, you know they're about to say something racist.
But when they say like, "Oh, I'm just joking," that it's as though it would be like, "Oh, I was supposed to laugh there, but you just didn't succeed in your joke,
right?
Therefore, you failed." Anyway, but this is a different pickup pro. I couldn't find that one video, but I think this one will do just fine. Let's go into this cringe-inducing rabbit hole that will make your penis shoot up into your body.
Woohoo!
Hey. Hello. Hi there. You guys look absolutely adorable together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't make you adorable though, I just noticed it. I should thank you for adding to the, ambiance, scenery of New York City.
What a player. Yeah.
I'm Todd.
That's Todd.
We're in the middle of a conversation, actually.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'm still Todd.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
So polite. So kind.
Whoa, just silence. It's good.
I'm sorry. I just like I'm not used to people not being nice to me. I don't know how to deal with it. I just wanted to meet
Sorry,
you
we
guys.
just don't really know what to say, but we appreciate it.
Who are you guys? I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I'm like, who are you guys?
We're 3 friends. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Are you
No
like
names.
students? Do you work? Are you nice people? Do you? I mean, I don't even know. Work. Yeah. I'm sorry. I think we got off on the wrong foot.
I think we're having a conversation, and we'd like to keep having a conversation, if you don't mind.
I'm just
Let's go ahead.
visiting and I want to see
Yeah, we haven't seen each other in a long time. So
It's been 2 years.
Really? It's funny. I've been alive for 31 years. I have not yet to meet any of you. That's why it's so important to me that I meet you right now.
It's just
It's
like
been
Howie
so
Mandel.
long, and I
He's so
haven't seen
fucking
any of
funny.
you, and I just missed you my entire life. It's been really tough.
I like the guy.
I've had a really rough
I
life.
believe that, but there's a lot of like second placers in New York, I think. Now.
There is a dude just sitting there watching this shit crash.
What does that mean?
Like,
what was that?
I know what it means, but it means that
There's probably a lot of other people you haven't
there's
met
a lot of
also.
people that you haven't met.
No, I know, but you guys are like the cutest that are here that I haven't met. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
They've been standing here staring.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mostly, I just actually wanted to meet you. You have a very feisty.
Is he trying to
adorable
fuck all
look
3
about
of them?
you.
Well, he
Well, I
just picked his
appreciate it,
favorite.
but if
You're
you don't
welcome. How do you
mind-
guys all know each other?
She's feisty.
I'm sorry, but we really.
I'm really not trying to be like rude in any way.
No,
I'm really not.
We know you're not trying to be rude, but we were just trying to talk. So
I know.
Sorry.
I understand. It's an urgent conversation, like a 911 kind of situation.
Exactly.
If this doesn't happen, like the fate of the free world might fall under a bus.
Exactly.
Damn, you guys are really important. Now I feel like I really have to meet you.
Maybe next time.
I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately. It's just sad. I'm really depressed
They're
now.
seated. He's standing. They can
See,
just punch him
I
right
actually
in the
just
dick
got up
right
the
now.
courage to like talk to girls. I was talking to my therapist for a long time. You guys are the first girls I talked to.
Oh God.
And now it'll be like years
Sympathy
until I get
card.
up the courage to talk to girls anymore.
He's an ass.
Can't believe you did that to me. So mean. What were you guys talking about? What's like literally? What's a conversation that's so important? I just want to know. I'll leave. I really will leave. I'm just curious.
Why? None of your business, bro.
I don't even remember anymore.
I don't remember.
Let's go. In that case, hi. I'm Todd. Nice to meet you. I don't mean to be an ass, but seriously, I just want to meet you guys. Is that so bad?
No.
Is it so bad to be a hopeless romantic and meet 3 girls and just want to meet them? You hate me right now, but you can't.
I would really appreciate if you could just let us return to our conversation.
I'm so hurt. Just tell me I'm ugly. Like, tell me I'm ugly and awful and you want me to leave. Just tell me that.
We're like running short on time. We haven't seen each other in a long time. She's leaving town tomorrow. We really just would mind like.
It's fine.
Nothing
It's just messing with like I don't get it.
Okay, well we
It
don't
doesn't
get
register.
it. We
We're
don't get it either. So
Take it easy.
sorry.
Take care, guys. Bye now.
Whew.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Don't you feel better after watching something like that?
So I'm trying to figure out, like, he kind of, like, the little laugh he sort of gave as they were walking off, like, I kind of, he knows he's kind of messing with them in a way?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think he's trying to find this balance. He also kind of presumes upon them, too. Like, he tells this girl, like, she's feisty. He's like,
yeah,
you don't know this girl. All she's giving you is that she doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they all equally feisty in that regard?
Right. Yeah. So I'm interested in the fact that, like, he's being filmed. So, like, a friend of his is filming him. So he's probably wearing a mic because, like, it's coming through, but but the camera, is a good distance away. So this is something they've filmed for a reason, and it bombs, but they still put it up on YouTube. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the goal here was. Was it to show, man, I'm kind of an ass?
Well, YouTube is full of TikTok cringe compilations.
Yeah.
And I think it's something about the pickup artistry thing is to not be deterred by rejection.
Right.
And I think a lot of it is, and I'm just kind of assuming here, I've not read that fucking book or whatever, is that, it's to document yourself in a sense so that you know what to do and what not to do.
Right.
But this personality type, like, he's not a bad looking guy.
No, not.
It has nothing to do with his looks. He's not like he's not like some troll looking man or anything. His issue is purely personality.
Yes.
It is his character that is repulsive.
Well, and also just the act of throwing yourself into this thing where, like they said, they're just enjoying themselves, not wishing to be bothered, but throwing yourself in there thinking like they should almost be thankful that you're putting yourself in there.
Yes.
And like the only question is which one of them is going to sleep with you tonight, like where, I mean, he's probably just a turd in a lot of different ways, but like if it was, a coworker or somebody where they were like in a legit, like a reason to be beside each other talking, you could probably strike up a conversation and
or have someone get to know you and make a natural connection.
But to just like randomly walk up to people and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Todd. Let's do something."
I mean, I was never like this. I was always way nervous.
Right.
When I cold approached women.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I got to give him a little bit of credit. It's a little sleazy, and I realize I'm a dude talking about this, and every woman that hears this is probably like, no, don't give him credit. It's a load of crap. But just because, and it sounds like you're in a similar situation to me, I never would have been the kind of person to like I mean, I can't tell you, before I met my wife, like how many, girls I would see and be like, oh, she's really cute. Or even like I kind of knew them and thought, man, she's really awesome and it'd be cool to date her. But like, I never took that first step of being like even my wife, like we literally just hung out as friends. And then eventually we were like, hey, we like each other, right? And that took like a year and a half, you know? So, like, I kind of have to give him credit for saying, you know what, I'm just going to go up and talk to this person and, like, let's see what happens. The problem is, if you do that, and as quickly as they shut him down, he should just say, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I hope you guys have a great day, and walk off. So, like, I got to give him credit for having the nerve to just throw it out there, because who knows, man? It probably works at some point, but to not just to be so insistent when they are clearly not going anywhere with this guy is the breakdown there,
the guy does have confidence, and like I said, when I was younger, I would cold approach women, not like this. I was way more nervous, and I wasn't like trying to be a pickup artist. But when you look back and I see how just cold approaching women like that who didn't know you would fail, and it's like, of course it would fucking fail.
Right.
Like, I mean, when women are like trying to be around any guy or trying to date any guy, the first thing they do is determine whether or not this guy's going to, like, I don't know, murder them and put them in their trunk. And when you encounter some dude that's so bold and yet has this forced sense of wit, you can't blame their alarms from going off. No. And I think you're right. I think it's okay to approach people and maybe practice that. But when they obviously don't want you there, then you need to go.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with trying.
Right.
But there is something wrong with, like, not going away.
Well, the other thing is, it's the setting. Like, I've never been, like, somebody that went to clubs a lot. But a lot of times you go to clubs just to kind of meet and maybe, like, find someone to date or one-night stand or whatever. And, like, that's a scene where you could just go up and cold approach somebody. Because maybe that's why they're there, is to approach or be approached and whatever. Even then, you still need to pick up on the vibes when you're not wanted. But just three people, especially talking at a park, enjoying themselves. Like, if you saw somebody just sitting alone reading a book, it still might be rude, but like, I could sort of see just like coming up and starting a conversation maybe. Again, look for those signals you're not wanted. But three people like just enjoying themselves, it seems really weird to insert yourself.
Oh, I'm going to walk up to this girl typing up her term paper at the Joe Muggs. I'm going to see if she wants to go bang.
Now, I will say, there's somebody, I can tell you later who it is, not that it's a huge deal, but somebody we both know that I remember
It's Drew, isn't it?
It's we were just talking about stuff. It's a female, so not Drew this time.
It's my wife, isn't it?
But I forget what we were talking about, but just dating and pickups and whatever. And she actually told me if somebody came up and would ask her out, like she almost every time would go out on one date with them.
Sure.
Just because she's like, I realize how hard that is sometimes to come up and just ask somebody out. And the fact that they thought like I was attractive enough or interesting enough or whatever, and that they had to kind of get up the courage, that, you know, I can go on a date with them, like a safe public place.
Sure,
And, you know, usually it ended up being just one date, but like, you know, whatever, let's just go and talk to this person and maybe we have a good night and maybe we don't and whatever, you know. And I thought that was kind of cool. Again, that's because I'm a dude who's scared to ask people out. So maybe it's a fantasy of like, oh, I'd ask a girl out and she'd be like, sure, let's go on a date, you know. Yeah. But I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool of her to realize like that's not easy to do for a lot of people. Apparently for Todd here, it's very easy to do.
Yeah. It's totally Todd's repulsive forced personality.
Yes.
And I think this pickup game is really, they all dress the same. Like they all go to H&M and buy the same clothes. Yeah. We watched someone walk by him.
Yes.
I swear to God, that was wearing the same gray slacks and black T-shirt
exactly.
that he was wearing.
It was like, Todd Point 2.
Yeah, except he seemed to be with someone, so he's more successful.
Yeah.
He's not funny, though he obviously thinks he's funny.
Yeah.
It really is just all personality with this guy. And it is true. I find that, like, at the end of the day, like, you know, once I got my groove going, when I got older and a little more experience, it wasn't hard to get a date just based on my own personality.
Well, you kind of know who you are a little bit more. Your confidence is there. And I mean, confidence is not to be like you're cocky and confident, but just comfortable in who you are.
Yes.
It really does show in a visual way, you know, and it comes across. I think people can see that.
But Todd is a self-manufactured version of what he thinks he's supposed to be.
Yes. That's a good way to put it.
And so there's almost something psychotic about this personality type. Thinking like, oh, there's something I need to be, and the way to be that is to read books on how to be this personality. Right. I feel like if you've reached that point and you're not naturally something, then I don't know. It just seems like you failed. And I just wiped away half of all self-help books right there.
Right.
You know.
Well, and I also feel like there's an attitude of you could go up and ask a girl out and sort of recognizing that like she would be doing you a favor to kind of like go out with you. Where him, it was almost more like when he picked out the one, it was like I like he sort of talked to all three, but he was like, especially you, like I'm sort of especially interested in you, sort of like he was complimenting her so much, and she should be like he would be doing her a favor if she did go out with him, and like to somehow think that was charming, and she was going to be like, oh me, okay, well yeah, then let's do this. But I don't know, man. Here's the thing: we need to do two things: crash HOA meetings, and then go pick up girls very awkwardly and see how that goes.
Oh, I just got a great idea.
Yeah.
I guess we'd have to figure out where the pickup artists are.
Well, it's Nashville, man. They're downtown every weekend.
We go downtown
every night.
at like boot scooters or wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
We just hang out until we spot pickup artists.
Right.
And then we use the pickup artist tactics on the pickup artists.
I like it.
And we're like being like, hey, what's up, beautiful? And we just like barrage them, and we don't go away.
We're gonna get punched hard because they're gonna be a little bit drunk and a little bit homophobic, and we're gonna get punched hard.
They will definitely be homophobic.
Yes,
that is definitely what I want to bring out of them is their intense inner homophobia.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be. I'm not saying we can't get hopped up on Monster Energy drinks and go down and get punched in the face. Like I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possibility. It's just probably not my number one priority right now.
Come on, man. Sure, I know we're getting older. You got a family. We shouldn't be doing this crazy shit we did when we were in our 20s. But let's go fucking just be really horn dog at pickup
man.
It's just a game of numbers with these dudes. That's all it is.
Well, exactly, and that's what I mean. Like, part of me doesn't blame this guy for being like, you know what, go up and talk to a beautiful woman, and you know, if you do it 50 times and one of them goes out on a date with you, I don't know, maybe it was worth it. You know, it is a numbers thing, but again, you got to know when they shut you down and walk away.
I mean, eventually you will find someone with crippling self-esteem issues.
Yes,
which I'm not even saying I've met beautiful women with crippling self-esteem issues. Like, it doesn't matter what you look like or what. That's essentially what these guys are trying to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're not going to respect that person.
No.
Because they almost will reflect, like, the forced confidence that they had to bring to the table. Ultimately, it will be like a mirror point a dark, twisted mirror of your own self when you actually do succeed with this shit.
Right.
Like, nothing will make you happy because you're a loser. And like I said, I've seen so many of these pickup artist guys where it's like, they're not bad looking.
Yeah.
It literally has nothing to do with their looks. If they just had like a natural personality,
Right.
and a little patience and respect for people's boundaries, then they could probably get, you know, so much of what they wanted.
Yeah.
But they feel like they got to be something specific. How depressing was that, Shorty? Huh?
That's bad, man. That's rough.
There's so many of these compilation pickup artist cringe. Anyway. Just like last week's episode probably won't be the last HOA meeting we'll ever do.
Right.
I could see pickup artists making a comeback on those shorties. But that's where we break the mold. We break the hymen of pickup artists with that one. Greg, I'm going to give this 1 through 3 Heartzogs. It's hard to know how to rate this exactly.
That's my problem, is sometimes I don't know, am I rating what's happening, or am I rating the fact that it's documented and it's kind of good to have it documented? I don't know how to rate these things sometimes, because it makes me feel gross, but, you know, it's good to know it's out there and that I can be made to feel gross by it. That doesn't make sense, right?
Well, no, these are good questions. And I think any way you want to rate it is fine.
Right.
But I think the documentation of failure is pretty important.
Yes.
And it's like, it's almost sociological. There's a personality type, a manufactured personality type that people need to be on the lookout for. And I think the average person, there's something in their brains that kick in a flight mode when they often encounter people like this.
Yes.
Sometimes you encounter people like this at your job and you can't really do much about it. So you just kind of try that balance of like, just be nice for diplomacy's sake or something. But it is hard to know how to rate this. So,
all right, I'm gonna say that. Here's the thing, though. Like, I'm glad that this video came into my life. Like, I feel like this was just the universe. Like, I've been out here for years and I've never seen this video, and here it is. And this was the moment that we were supposed to come together.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that means a lot. And I just want to get to know it. I just want to get to know the video, because I may not get a chance. I've been talking to my therapist for years. I hadn't watched a video like this, and I finally get the courage up to do it.
This video is so feisty.
I know, and it's gonna knock me back. Like, it's gonna be like 2 more years before I can watch another video like this. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna give this a 2. I feel like it needs to be. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I got a good look into a world on this one, that whether I like that world or not.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think it strikes an average tone.
Yeah.
I feel like this isn't the peak cringe.
No, it's not.
I bet we could find something even sadder. Like the one I mentioned before was particularly sad.
The ladies in this video were a little too kind to him.
Yes.
You know, they made it very clear. I appreciate that they never gave their names, and they were very clear that we don't want you here. We're just out trying to have a conversation. They were still a little too kind. Like, I felt like after telling him a couple of times to leave you alone, you know, like, I think a higher rating would have been if they just flat out said,
swinging at his jock,
you need to fucking leave.
Yeah, totally.
But I understand why they don't. You know, people don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, after the third no, I think you're fully in your right to just start swinging at his
like I
crotch.
said, there's a dick punch right there. It was like right at the perfect level. Just a straight punch forward would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I agree. I don't think it'll be the worst we see. I think this is a pretty good average B- standard for pickup artist failure videos. And we'll have to maybe down the road dig deeper, see if we can't really rank these out and see what the best of the best is. What makes a bad one, what makes a perfect one.
Right. What is the monster rehab of pickup videos is what you're trying to say.
I think the worst one would be one where they succeed.
And I assume they're out there. That's what I was saying. This guy, I felt like, was videotaping this to show how he's a Mac and can pick up some ladies.
Mm-hmm.
But why would you post the ones where you fail so badly?
Yeah.
See? I don't know.
I think it's to share, and so that some dude in like in a turtleneck and in some chains and a flat billed hat, maybe backwards, like a backward baseball cap.
Yeah.
Can be in like an online Zoom meeting to be like, And this is what Todd went wrong with right here, bro. And then he's got a Monster Energy drink in view of the webcam.
Right.
Probably Pipeline Punch.
I don't think you rated it. You're trying to do math and you haven't even rated it.
Oh,
yet.
wait. I think I meant to say, you said a 2.5?
I said 2.5.
I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Oh, man.
Strike to the middle for a 1 through 3 Baby Heartsick.
All right.
So that brings it to a 4 out of 6.
All right.
Baby Heartsick. Not bad, Todd.
Way to go.
You didn't pick up these women.
Yeah.
But you picked up a decent score.
But you
on
picked up our
Documenteers.
hearts.
Yeah. But our hearts are a little weirded out with your... These jokes that you think are jokes are not jokes.
They're
Todd.
not.
Okay? But still, Todd, keep on docking.
There's something women like about a pickup man.
More and more, you will begin to sculpt your neural pathways in such a way that getting a woman naked for you seems like a natural thing. And you can just begin this process of writing this new mental programming in your brain as soon as you take a deep breath and relax now. Now, we can begin this session as soon as you find a comfortable place to sit down or lay down.
Thank you for listening to the Documenteers podcast. I am a sex robot. If you want to support the show, we recommend listening, subscribing, and recommending this show to people that you feel like can handle the shit we spitting. Cool people, like juggalos. A great way to help the show is to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Any written review at 5 stars will be read on the show, and it can pretty much be anything but hate speech. You can simply write butthole 37 times in a row with a 5-star rating, and that would be perfectly acceptable and greatly appreciated. Contact us through our Documenteers Instagram or email us at documenteerspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. I am a sex robot. Keep on docking.
I'm Todd.
We're in the middle of a conversation, actually.
Okay. I'm still Todd.